My name is Ethan Levesque, and this is Yin Mao.
Hello.
And for the past year, we've been working on what we call the molecules. They are articulated, which means rotatable, connectable, amino acid action figures. We want to put an emphasis on play, and they are also members of a virtual world that is anthropomorphized. And so we want kids to think of these as figurines. So this is the full set of 20 amino acids. You can make any protein.
Okay, aim it down a little at that thing. There you go.
Yeah.
So the problem that we're up against is that biochemical education it really jumped too far too soon. So what happens was with the advent of computers in the 70s, when it really started getting off the ground for imaging biomolecules, it went ahead of all the modeling work that was done in the 50s, which was really used to tackle some of the main structural insights that we have. And that we're looking to put models back in the hands of students, because no one ever gets to deal with a model set that is of this scale and can address these particular macromolecule problems.
Sorry.
So essentially we have four main products, the models being the main one. We also have educational biochemical tutorials that will be used as teaching tools for teachers in their curriculum. And as Ethan mentioned, we have a biochemical virtual world where users will play various games to understand biochemical concepts. And lastly, we have prefabricated kinetic protein sculptures for researchers to use in research or as demonstrative objects.
So again, we mentioned the connectable models. There are 20 of them. They were designed, unlike other models on the marketplace, to reflect movement. So I put a lot of design emphasis, and some of these blue ones may be a little better, some of your action is a little sticky. Yeah, these are all designed and made by us, and we're looking to simulate that slipping movement of a sigma bond. Okay, and it's just the idea that these things are animated in a certain sense, and we want that to be tactile. What is not demonstrated in the models you have, but I can show some other ones, is a hydrogen bonding system that is actually elastic. And what it does is when you actually make one of these large molecules, many of which will be on the order of this size, the average protein is 300 amino acids in there, it will actually demonstrate tensegrity. So this is the same physical engineering concept that's populated by geodesic domes, and it's a word made up by Buckminster Fuller that means integrity through tensity, through tension, basically, which is something that hasn't been attempted for models like this.
So currently this project has been in development for over a year. We've been working on this. Basically we have the basic structures of the models finalized, and we are incorporating the new hydrogen bonding tensegrity features that are not the models in your hands. In terms of digital content, last year at this Cambridge Science Festival, we had an exhibition called Vanity Peptides, in which children could translate their names into peptides, which are small proteins. It was also the debut of our models. It was a hit. Children and adults both really enjoyed the exhibit, and it allowed us to realize that our product could be successful and educational. And currently we are developing several simple flash games. Amino acid Hangman, and spelling cysteine, bio battery, and a trading card game called Half-Life of the Peptide. In terms of our market, we have three main target audiences: students, educators, and biochemical professionals and researchers. There are millions of students who, at one point or another, will have to take biology or chemistry in their high school and/or college careers. And there are hundreds of thousands of educators who can use these in their research or in teaching. Also, we have industry emphasis on educational toys. Children's spending power are on the rise. The toy business is actually rather recession-proof, and it's also one of the fastest-growing industries currently.
Okay. So this is a look at what else is out there by way of modeling.
Yes.
Again, I don't think we've emphasized enough. A key part of our business structure is the integration of models with actual software. And that is to not say right now that there's going to be electronics in the models. That just means that you'll be manipulating the models based on a game-based narrative that's delivered through the computer.
Similar digital content, but which are only games. They don't incorporate any physical elements.
Just software.
Yes. In terms of business model, because we're a nonprofit venture, we'll be focusing most of our efforts on donating these models to high schools and colleges and giving them free demonstrations and workshops. We will also participate in science festivals. In terms of funding, we will solicit grants and donations and we'll have some retail sales. Lastly, in team. We have worked together for 2.5 years in a lab and as collaborators on a bunch of weird science art structures. We have very complementary skill sets, and there's certain things when we're creating these, there's Union jobs and Ethan jobs. And we both are good at different things.
Usually they say with finger size.
Yeah. So,
Great.
that's the end of it.
And that's what you need if you were to get a grant.
Yeah, so
Yes.
everything you saw in terms of digital content, we did ourselves, or with the help of a friend of mine who does make some Flash-based games. And I mean, we would like this to go, you know, into webcams territory in terms of being very popular, being something that kids get a little obsessive about collecting, and that has an actual game behind it, and
Yeah.
we'll be teaching them, you know,